Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black. Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you can hear me now. For some reason, I got this new iPhone and it's not connecting the way I wanted to. But anyway, I want to talk about something. I shared this today and I want to get it off my brain while I'm thinking about it. And if I can't maintain my connection, I'll just record it and load it up later. What's going on, everybody? I can't look at you while I'm driving because I want to drive, and I don't want your last memory of me to be a big fiery crash. I want to talk about slavery and freedom and what freedom means, and basically connect the game of chess that you have to be able to play in order to win in white supremacy. Let me just explain this. White supremacy is a chess game. These systems, racist systems, are only escaped if you know how to play chess. They're not good for those who play checkers, because a checkers player is only thinking about their next move. A chess player is thinking about the next 5 or 6 moves and how those moves link to other moves. So anyway, let me talk about freedom and slavery. So we do a lot of talk about freedom in our community. Freedom is a really popular word. Words like freedom and power, those are words that are used a lot. I would almost say overused, particularly by people who don't quite know what freedom is. They don't quite know what power is. So for example, I was talking to Dr. Claude Anderson today, and we were talking about, what's going on with the elections and everything else. And by the way, I think I'll be able to get him in next week. He's feeling better. He's feeling much better. So he sends his regards. And we were talking about symbolism over substance, and how so much of what we see in the media, for example, is just symbolism, which doesn't mean anything. But we, for some reason, fall for symbolism. A lot of us do, not all of us. A lot of us do. And it causes us to lose the chance to have substance. Well, let me talk about freedom and slavery, and just what that looks like, and how you create it, how you preserve it, how to obtain power, etc., what that means. So let me explain how to be a financial slave. I think the best way to help you understand how to be free is to explain how you're trained to become a slave. So, and I mentioned this on Twitter, and I think the tweet might have even gone over a lot of people's heads. So I'm going to try to break it down to help you, make it clear for you so you can understand this. So the tweet that I made was, I said, okay, so I'm black, and my pathway to freedom is I'm going to go spend my life trying to work for my oppressor. I'm going to spend my life trying to go live in my oppressor's neighborhood. I'm going to spend my life letting my oppressor educate my kids. And I'm going to give all my money to my oppressor by buying my oppressor's products. And then I'm going to be free. That's going to be my pathway to freedom. And then I jokingly said, this was stated by no intelligent black person ever, right? And I wasn't seeking to make anybody feel bad, because a lot of us fall for the okie doke. But one of the reasons that you don't have power and freedom is because you don't design your life for power and freedom. A lot of us were really built for slavery. You're trained for slavery at an early age. So basically, what you're trained to do is you're trained to chase the wrong things. You're trained to want the wrong things, which ultimately leads you to do the wrong things. Everything that you claim to want in terms of freedom, you're not actually pursuing that. You're pursuing everything that's going to incarcerate you and add to your incarceration. So for example, let's talk about economics. The number one reason black wealth is dropping is because you spend your whole life believing that you need to go to a big white university in order to be successful. Well, that big white university says, okay, sure, we'll help you be successful. We'll prepare you to go get a job working for one of our white friends, or for a white person. So you go to this university and they take $200,000 of your family wealth, and then you're stuck. And after that, you're a sharecropper. After that, you're a sharecropper because the amount of money that you're making is not enough for you to pay your student loan debt. So then you're spending your life contributing to white supremacy by working for a white corporation so you can repay the debt that you owe to a big white university. And the whole time that you were trained to pursue a big white university is when you were going to maybe a white public school, white run public school, right? So from an early age, you were put into a school where the thinking and the teaching was all Eurocentric. Everything that you were taught was basically about the greatness of white people and how black success is measured by getting closer to white people. You were trained to worship civil rights leaders who basically, did silly things like, walk across a bridge. And Dr. Claude Anderson said that, he said, when I watched those civil rights leaders, walk across a bridge, he said, I didn't care about walking across a damn bridge. I want to know who owns the bridge. Do we own the bridge? I don't care about walking across the bridge. I'm not going to let you beat me upside the head just so I can have a chance to go spend money at your lunch counter. I want to own the lunch counter. I want you spending money at my lunch counter. He said that they had black people back then. Now, Dr. Claude Anderson's an OG. He's 84 years old. He said back when he was young, he said he didn't understand why you had black people telling other black people to go get their asses beat just for the opportunity to go give money to white people who were going to cook food and spit in the goddamn food, and you were going to eat this food with spit in it, and you literally got your ass beat for the right to give away all your family wealth so that you could get access to bad food that they spit in. Right? Does that make any sense? Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no if you understand what I'm saying. Yes if you understand. No if it doesn't make sense. Give me a yes or no if you get what I'm saying. I think it's really important to take a second to process how this game works, how this slavery works. So you, from an early age, first thing you do is, again, you claim to be trying to get away from white supremacy. You claim to be trying to overcome racism. You claim to be trying to pursue freedom. But every step that you take, you are more deeply committing to white supremacist systems. You're more deeply becoming dependent on these systems. You are giving your resources to these systems. You're giving your athletes to these systems. You're giving your children to these systems. You're giving your money to these systems. You're giving your free time to these systems. So if you think about the typical pathway of a so-called successful Negro, think about, black people that are considered successful, went to college, got a good job, whatever. What did they do? How did they contribute to white supremacy? First, they probably went to a public school or something, or maybe even a private school run by whites, which means that they were making money because your child's showing up at school. That's why they want these failing schools in black neighborhoods, because they need the children to be there so they can get paid for that. Number two, the whole time you were in these schools, they got you fantasizing about white people. They got you having wet dreams about trying to be a white man. So your whole life you're thinking, I'm going to achieve something. I'm going to become somebody by doing what? By getting out of the hood. Hey, how many of you have heard that? Give me a yes or no if you've ever heard black people talk about how they work so hard to get out of the hood. Like, I want to get out of the hood, right? So your goal is to get out of the hood. What does it get out of the hood mean? Getting out of the hood means going to the suburbs, right? So you turn on the TV, there's some black person saying, look at me, I got out of the hood. Look at where I live. I live with white people. Well, wherever you choose to live, where you're putting your money, when you put your money behind a certain asset, that increases the value of that asset. When you're putting money behind certain types of property, that increases the value of that property. When you're trying to invest your money in certain neighborhoods, that increases the property values of those neighborhoods. When you are leaving those neighborhoods and taking your capital out of those neighborhoods, that is reducing the value of those neighborhoods. So you're reducing the value of your neighborhood and increasing the value of their neighborhood. So what they've done is they have created you to be an inferior species that serves them. Almost like if we went to, I saw a movie once where they bred clones. They would create these clones, and the clones were bred to be slaves. The clones were bred to be this inferior species that was there to serve the master, right? So the clone, if you needed to have a healthy kidney, you would have them create you a clone, and the clone would grow up not knowing that they were just built for slavery. The clones were never taught anything about the outside world. The clones were never taught anything about freedom. The clones were never taught anything other than serving the system. The clones were taught to desire to be fed up to the system. The clones look forward to being used by the system so they can serve their master. So you are those clones. You are that inferior species that is this secondary group of people that are bred and born and wired to do nothing but serve your masters. So you serve them. You send your child to that white school, so the white people are making money from your child being at that school. Then after that, your child is wired to go to a white university and give away all your family wealth so they can get that degree from that university. Then your child will work until they're dead, like literally work until they die at a white-owned corporation so they can repay the debt they owned a white university and build wealth for a white person, while probably in many cases renting an apartment from a white guy. So if you want to know where the wealth went, if you want to know where your money went, some of it went away obviously through slavery. They stole your labor, but part of that theft, the biggest part of that theft, was actually committed by you, because you were an unwilling and unwitting accomplice in white supremacy. So that's I got to go, guys. I just thought I had to break that down. I know that's a basic concept for some of you may not be, but I think sometimes drilling deeper into the basics and the fundamentals allows us to really understand what's really going on. So if you want to know the solution is simple. In the Black Business School, we talk about the Black Core of Three, which means that Black people should educate our own children, right? Put money into your schools, not their schools. You got Black teachers. Give me a yes or no. Do we have black teachers that can teach black children? Are black teachers available? Educate your own children. 2, create your own jobs. Do we have black business owners? Give me a yes or no. Do we have black business owners that can serve black consumers? Yeah, then why not circulate that money with those black business owners, right? Create your own jobs and support black businesses. If we support black businesses and we start with that 1.3 trillion and we keep that 1.3 trillion circulating, that 1.3 trillion becomes 4, 5, 6 trillion because the dollar's circulating 5, 6, 7 times before it leaves the community. So teach that to your kids, teach them yourself. Stop letting your enemy, your children, and you also need to stop letting your enemy teach you. So that's it. I gotta go, guys. That's what it is. If you go study powernomics and you look at Dr. Claude Anderson's 5-story building of power, it starts with economics, which goes into controlling the politics, which then allows you to control the education, which allows you to control the media. So ultimately, if you go into that building and you build it the right way, then you can actually have real power. But real power means that instead of teaching each other to get jobs, we must teach each other to build systems. Building systems. White supremacy must not be, don't worry so much about overcoming white supremacy from the inside out. You overcome white supremacy by walking the fuck away. You walk away from that stuff. You just walk away and say, thank you for the job, but I'm gonna go create a business or go work with a black person. Thank you for offering education, but I'm gonna go get a superior education by having my children educated by a black person, right? You do those 2 things. That's a great start. Thank you for letting us come live in your neighborhood, but we'd rather live in our own neighborhood. That's what it is. Build systems. Type that in the chat. Type systems, the word systems. We must build systems, teach our children to build systems, and that's how we can build power. I got to go, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button. Also, do me a favor. Tonight, if you want to hang out with us, we're doing the Emancipation Equation, which is a real estate investing seminar. If you're interested in learning about multifamily property, Julian Gordon is in the process of buying back Baton Rouge. He's raised over $1 million to do it. And so Julian is also the dean of real estate in the Black Business School. And he's doing a free event tonight at 8 o'clock. And I'll be there. So if you'd like to come through, go to theemancipationequation.com. You can register for free at theemancipationequation.com. I got to go. Alicia and I are doing this photo shoot thing for the baby. So I'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace.